What's up, gamers? It's your host, Cobra, and today I welcome you to the Defi Kingdoms Gardens. So DeFi Kingdoms at its core is a decentralized finance platform, or DeFi. It is very much a game as well, but the core project was really built around the DeFi platform first, and that is what has been available to provide utility to the project up until quite recently when they added questing for heroes. But this is more of an investment and less of a game for sure. However, because you are investing into the project itself and the game token itself, it's still part of the game and something that I want all of you to be aware of as well. This may not be for everyone because what we're talking about is creating a liquidity pool, and essentially that means you are taking some of your crypto and locking it away so that you can get rewarded over time. Now, DeFi and liquidity pools can get a little bit complicated, and admittedly, I am not an expert in that field. So I have linked the white paper below, specifically the section on gardening, where they go over quite a lot of that detail. And there are a whole host of resources out there for you if you want to learn more about what a liquidity pool is and how it works. There are two places within the DeFi kingdom that you can make an investment directly in game. The first is the bank, and quite honestly, that is a very safe investment to go after because in terms of Jewel, you can't lose. Of course, the value of Jewel could go down and you could lose some money there that way, but you're always going to gain Jewel if you're in the bank. That also qualifies you for a lot of the promotions and giveaways that they've been running since I've been paying attention. So if you're into that sort of stuff, then the bank might be a little bit more attractive to you for that reason. However, if you're willing to accept some risk, the garden is where you get the greatest returns by far. When I first started looking at it, the APRs for the pools I was interested in were well over 900%. It was somewhere in the 800s when I finally pulled the trigger. That will continue to come down over time, so by no means am I promising anybody 800% APR moving forward, but that's what it's paying out today. So step one is you need to have some one token. Now, if you've already started playing DeFi Kingdoms on the hero side like I have, you might already have some one in your wallet. However, you're going to need 50% of your deposit to be in one tokens, and you're going to need 50% of your deposit to be in Jewel tokens. Now, I want to point out here that for the purposes of this video, I'm talking about one because that's the route that I went. However, there are Jewel ETH pairings, Jewel AVAX pairings, and all sorts of other options. I don't recommend that you choose any pairing unless you're familiar with both of the cryptocurrencies involved. So for me, that was just one or ETH, but if you are interested in some of the other ones, there's a lot of options out there for you to choose from. Now, if you need to make a purchase, I would recommend using Binance simply because that's the place that I went to get one. It worked out nicely. I was able to send Ether over and transition that into USD, and then use the USD to purchase the one tokens, send it back to my MetaMask, and I was playing DeFi Kingdoms. Make sure that you purchase twice as much as you need because you're going to need to convert the one token into the Jewel token unless you already have the required Jewel saved up. And once you've got enough one, getting the Jewel is much more fun and simple because you get to do that in game. So head over to the marketplace and talk to the trader. You'll be able to swap your one tokens directly for Jewel. Now keep in mind, you're going to need an equal amount in terms of US dollar value when you make your deposit. So you're going to want to convert about half of what you intend to deposit on the one side. So at this point, you've got the tokens that you need. You've purchased your one, you've converted half of it into Jewel, and now you need to pair them together. And to do that, you're going to head over to the Druid and then click on Buy Seeds. And this is going to give you two different fields where you're going to input the two different tokens that you're pairing together. In this case, one and Jewel. Now you type in whichever amount you like for either of the fields once you've selected the two tokens, and it will auto-populate the equivalent amount in the other field, which makes things a whole lot easier for you instead of having to do the math yourself. And then you just make a couple of transactions, signing through your MetaMask account, and it's going to give you your seeds, which is tokens representing those two different tokens, one and Jewel. Now that you've got your seeds, you're going to head over to the garden section and click on the seed box. This is going to pull up a list of all of the different liquidity pools available, and if you're interested in checking out the other options beyond one, go ahead and click on that seed box first and see all of the different pairings, the APRs they're paying out, and the different rewards that they're paying out right now, because there is a whole bunch to choose from. But we are talking about the one Jewel pair. You're going to have to scroll down for that a bit. As you can see, it is still an APR of over 800%, which is incredible. Again, that's going to come down over time, but I'm excited to be taking advantage of it today. And at this point, you're done. You are now providing liquidity for DeFi Kingdoms, and you're earning Jewel rewards. There is a bit more that you need to know, though. So the rewards that you're earning are going to be paid out over time. And the way that that looks today is that 71% of the reward is going to be locked up until July 15th of 2022. At that point, the rewards will start to unlock over time. But until then, they are just locked rewards sitting on your account. You cannot use them in game. They can't be claimed and redeposited or cashed out into Ethereum or USD. But they are yours and will eventually be yours. I've also linked a tool that is very basic, but if you point it to your DeFi Kingdoms account, it will tell you your daily, weekly, and yearly estimated earnings for any of the liquidity pools that you're participating in. It's kind of fun to have that math done for you. And again, those are estimates based on today's numbers. They're going to go up and down over time naturally. Now, if you're in the garden and you click on the harvest box and then view my harvest, it's going to show you this pop-up, and if you're providing liquidity today, you'll see the rewards that you have earned so far, both the unlocked and locked rewards. But what I want to call your attention to is the paragraph at the top where it points out that today 71% of the rewards are locked. However, in about 6 days, that will get reduced to 69%. This is important because obviously the more of it that you can keep for yourself now, the more valuable that reward is. Now, what's happening is over time, the ratio of locked rewards to unlocked rewards is adjusting until when we get to the unlocked period, it'll eventually be 100% unlocked and 0% locked. But for today, the majority of it is going to be locked up. However, that rate doesn't get set and applied until you actually make a claim. So today it's 71%, but that doesn't mean anything unless I'm going to claim it sometime in the next 6 days when the 71% applies. If we wait until it is reduced to 69% and then make a claim, we're only going to pay 69% on the entire claim. The other important part about claiming is if you make a deposit, it's going to automatically claim for you. So if your intention is to let it grow over time and have a big percentage of the reward be unlocked when you finally do claim, make sure that you make that deposit all at once. If you are going to be making deposits over time, then you're going to be making claims when you do. So think about that timing when you make the deposits and make sure it's to your benefit. Well, gamers, that wraps up today's gardening lesson. If you found this useful, make sure you follow us on Twitter so that you see all of the videos and upcoming content from the Freeroll. Also, if you've got 2 seconds, hit that like and subscribe button. Help support the channel so that we can grow with you.